Hey all, it's Ian here from the Sports Card Side Hustle, and I just got another grading order back. You'll notice it's in 2 boxes because there's a high number of cards. So PSA, this is a value grading order. I did get it in by the last day or first day of August, last day of July, because they had that $18 grading special. I had like 3 or 4 in that group. I think maybe at least 3. And you had to have at least, I think 20 cards per order. And you had to split them up between post-1995 cards and pre-1995 cards. This one is a post-1995. I did have one that was more older cards from the 80s or 70s, 80s, 90s. But $18 a card, so not bad. It was worth taking risk on some more because of that fact. And they seem to be pretty lenient on the maximum value that you can have. I think they've had it listed for those specials or those bulk orders at $199. I've already had a card that I came out of grading in one of those orders, and I auctioned it for $400 and some dollars, or toward $500. So they didn't upcharge me on that. They didn't call me and say, hey, this is a PSA 10, you owe more money. I have had 2 or 3 upcharges over the summer because I got a higher grade and it was well outside the limits. But in this case, I have 26 cards, I think. I did have a friend add a couple of this one. It's a mix of Formula 1, trying to get those through as we get towards season's end, and some basketball and baseball. So let's go ahead and check it out, see how we did. You see, I had the box popped open here. Started this. So, starting out, I've got this year's 2021 Topps Chrome Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton, probably the GOAT, #1 of the whole set, PSA 10, and of course that's a refractor. I don't go base very much unless it's a iconic rookie. This is the second year, but it's a refractor. So that refractor gets a PSA 10, that'll do well. Then, one of the top drivers this year, Charles Leclerc, that's card number 11. It's his primary portrait card, but that's another short print refractor. That's a Ray Wave. So the black and white Ray Wave, and it's a PSA 10, so good start. Okay, this is probably one of the higher ratios of PSA 10s I've had so far. I hope it continues, because the third card is George Russell, who is his main card in the set, the portrait, was number 19. And that got a PSA 10, and that's the black checkered flag refractor. You can look up all these refractors and see the print counts on them. And basically from the main refractor, from there, the print numbers go down to in the hundreds, like 399 for purple, etc. Same card, but different version of refractor. That's the original refractor, not the black checkered flag, which is a lower number print. And it got a PSA 10 as well. So that's 4 PSA 10s in a row. Okay, so here's a Kevin Magnussen Sapphire Edition. Last year's set, the original licensed set for Formula 1 was last year. They made the Topps Chrome and the Topps Chrome Sapphire. Only a PSA 8 though. I got a lot of 5 of these, really cheap, good price. So I'm hoping some of those come out good grades. And then I have Verstappen. That's not his primary first card in the set. That's more sought after. It's number 55, a different photo variation, but it is the purple, which purple green actually, which I think they only made like 400 of this. I'd have to look up exactly the print run of that. And that's a PSA 9. All right, moving on. We got some more. Okay, let me save these because those weren't mine, but my friend's in the order. I will show those at the end. And then I've got it from the rookie year, that original Topps Chrome set. That's the Max Verstappen track tags. A lot of people like that subset, and it's a PSA 10. So that's his first year. I do have a Pete Alonso rookie 2019. It's his the update from Topps Chrome, and it's the pink refractor, and it did get a PSA 10. So not a very valuable card. Keep in mind my strategy on this. Not real valuable. I think under $100 that is still, but it's an $18 grading fee. So when you can pick up a card at $10, pay $18 for grading, and then they're worth $60, $80. If it grades well, it's worth the risk sometimes. Okay, a Carlos Sainz, teammate of Charles Leclerc, one card after him. That's the black and white Ray Wave, and another PSA 10. So keeping track here, doing really well. I have almost all PSA 10s, 1.8 and 1.9. This is the highest ratio I've had. So you notice in Topps Chrome Formula 1, grades really well. Now, Jackson Hayes, he's a guy I've taken a chance on. I think he's just getting towards his breakout years. And I had a few silver prisms of his that I got cheap. That's a PSA 10, his rookie silver prism from that 2019 set. So we'll see what he does this year, getting ready for basketball season. Another Jackson Hayes, another silver prism, also got a PSA 10. And there's a third, sent in 3 because I bought them cheap and a lot of 3, and that's only a PSA 9. But I'm happy with that, 2 10s and a 9. Okay. And I do have an Otani rookie, his Topps Chrome, the 1983 Topps Retro version, and that got a PSA 9. Alright, let's see the second box. PSA is kind of weird when you have a large number of cards. They'll put almost all of them in the one box, and just a very few number in the second or other box. Okay, so more of those Kevin Magnusons from that lot, from that Sapphire. I think it was a lot of 5. There's a PSA 10 for his rookie. Happy with that. Next one, same card, PSA 9. Not bad. Then another PSA 10. So some PSA 10s there paying off again. My PSA 10s are more gonna way more than pay for the order. So 2021, number 4. Sergio Perez, one of the Red Bull guys, teammate of Max Verstappen. He's had a great year, though, for himself as well. And that's the refractor and a PSA 10. There's another Sergio Perez, but his rookie. That's his Sapphire Edition from last year's, the original set. And it got a PSA 10. And then I have a second that also got a PSA 10. And then the last Kevin Magnuson that got a PSA 10. So as I look through my cards in this grading order, let's see. I've got a lot of PSA 10s here. I've got my cards, 5 that didn't get a 10. And then I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Looks like about 15 10s and 5 that were either 8 or 9. So I'm happy with that. That's a great ratio, 15 out of 20. Okay, now these are cards that were put in the order with mine by a friend that wanted to get some cards graded at this rate. So let's start off with, he had 2 Dwyane Wade first edition rookies. There's a PSA 9. Dwyane Wade, pretty good. But this one's going to pay off big time. I'm going to have to go look and do some analysis on this. That's a PSA 10. I'll be happy with that one. I think it's a $500 or $600 card as a PSA 10 for that first edition. And he had a Bowman Chrome 2021, Bowman Chrome of Julio Rodriguez. That got a 10, PSA 10. Then is a 2019 Bowman Platinum Top Prospects, PSA 9. 2019 Bowman Paper Prospects, that one only got an 8. And then he had an old 1998 Topps Kickstart, Kobe Bryant, that only got a 7. That's a kind of a unique insert, but I'm sure he was hoping for a higher grade on that. That Dwyane Wade and the Julio Rodriguez rookies both getting a 10. Should have paid for the grading order and more right there. Okay, so 26 card grading order, $18 each. You get some 10s in there, and it makes it more than worth it. Even those cards that are usually borderline or not really worth grading, if you get some 10s of those, that's going to make it well worth it and pay off all the grading fees and then give you plenty of equity or profit left over depending on what you're going to do with your cards. All right, thanks for listening. That was one of those summer bulk order specials, $18 a card. You need to have 20, it was either 20 or 25 or more, and I had 26 cards in order. They've brought that back now with some bulk specials again. If you have any questions, you want to know how to send your cards in for grading, you need any help, or you ever want to send any cards in one of our orders, just let me know. And thanks for listening. Have a good weekend, everybody.